Make sure that you're in a comfortable standing or sitting position for this exercise. And then check that your feet are hip-width distance apart, whether you're standing or sitting. If you're standing, just a little micro bend in the knees. And then check that you're standing or sitting upright. So you want a nice straight back. You don't need to be slouching. And make sure your shoulders are well away from your ears. Shoulders down and just shaking out the hands. Just to make sure your arms, your shoulders are nice and relaxed. And then check that there's length in the back of the neck. And you do that by tucking the chin back towards the throat. Not dropping the head down, but just moving it backwards. And also as you do that, you'll feel maybe an elongation in the back of the neck. Now closing your mouth, bring a smile to the corners of your mouth and let your tongue rest against the roof of your mouth with the tip of the tongue against the back of your upper teeth. And for a moment now, close your eyes. So we're going to bring ourselves into what's called the Qigong state. So this is a readiness for your practice. So it's calming the mind and the breath and just really allowing everything to settle and focus before we begin. So breathe in and out through the nose. And as you breathe in, relax in the abdominal muscles and feel the abdomen expand as though you're blowing up a balloon. And then as you exhale, feel that balloon or your belly shrinking. So the breath is in and out through the nose. And as we feel that expansion and shrinking of the lower abdomen area, what we're actually doing is making much better use of our diaphragm, which is the muscle that runs along the bottom of the rib cage. So as we breathe in, the diaphragm presses down and that's what pushes the belly out. And then as we breathe out, the diaphragm rises up and that's what brings the belly back in. And when we breathe in this way, we're actually creating a much more efficient breath. We're using the deeper parts, the lower parts of the lungs. And these parts of the lungs have many more nervous connections to the parasympathetic nervous system, which is the part of our nervous system which is involved in resting, relaxing, digesting. And so this is a really lovely calming breath. It's just a few more breaths like this. And then gently opening the eyes so you can see me. Bring the hands together in front of your face. So the palms are touching, the fingers are touching, the elbows are bent and just out to the sides. And lifting the hands so that they're level with the forehead or just a little bit higher up. And breathing using your abdominal breath. And we're going to be working on opening the gallbladder channel along the tops of the shoulders, which is an area that where we often accumulate a lot of tension. So this is a really, really lovely stretch for this. So take a breath in, and as you breathe out, I'd like you just to move the elbows down and towards each other. And as you do that, feeling that lovely stretch along the tops of the shoulders. And then breathe in, allow the elbows to come apart. Now, if you found that really easy, move the hands up a little bit so they're higher than forehead level and a little bit further away from you. And then again, take a breath in and breathing out through the nose, elbows come together. And then breathe in, elbows come apart. And then breathing out, elbows come together. So as you allow this stretch to happen, you're exhaling. And then as you come back to your starting position where the elbows are apart, you inhale. And often the more slowly you do this, the more you actually feel that lovely stretch along the tops of the shoulders and the upper back. And Qigong involves not only the movement, but your breath and the focus of your mind. So as you perform this simple exercise, be thinking of the breath initiating and leading the movement of the elbows, and the mind paying gentle attention to that lovely opening that you feel along the tops of the shoulders. And 3 more in your own time. And then gently dropping the shoulders, drop the elbows, and drop the hands down by your sides. And maybe give your hands a little shake out, keeping the smile on your face.